Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Nimble training webinar. Today we'll go through the entire application, and if you have any questions or feedback during today's session, you can type them into the questions box and we'll cover them at the end of today's session. So before we get started, let's spend a few minutes discussing what Nimble is. Nimble is an easy-to-use CRM that works for you in Office 365, G Suite, and everywhere else you work. It automatically combines your contacts, communication histories, email inboxes, and calendar appointments. It also integrates with social media and with almost 200 different SaaS applications. So let's get, and then before we get totally into it, our next training webinars, there's going to be one next week, same day and same time on deals, pipelines, and reporting. And then after that, we'll have another general Nimble overview. The first week of October, we're actually not going to have a webinar. So on October 14th, we'll have another general Nimble overview. And then after that, we'll have contact segmentation, group messaging, and custom fields. And then at the end of October, we'll have another Nimble overview. So let's get into the app itself. So let's start by going into the networks and import page. You can get there by clicking this import or the information button, and then you would navigate to the networks and import. First, let's make sure that your email account is connected to Nimble. Nimble supports all email providers as long as they are IMAP. If you're using Office 365, we have great news for you because connecting your email, calendars, and even importing your contacts can be done with only one click. If you're interested in connecting both your email and calendars and also importing your contacts, simply leave all the options checked and click on Connect Office 365 right here. Oh, but my account's already connected, so I can't do that. So you'll be then asked to log in your Office 365 account and then to pick the contacts you want to import from your Outlook. Please always remember to apply a tag to any contact imports to ensure that both you and all your other users know who imported what contacts and from where. If you're using Gmail, connecting is also very easy. The only difference is that you will have to scroll a bit down to also be able to connect your Google Calendar. If you're using any other IMAP type emails, simply select the IMAP option after clicking on the Connect Email Account button. So Nimble currently directly integrates with Twitter. Which means that after you connect your Twitter account into Nimble, you'll be able to see the entire history of the conversation you've had with your prospects and customers on Twitter directly inside your Nimble account, together with your email conversations. Facebook, together with Instagram and LinkedIn, made the business decision a few years ago to close their APIs, so we are currently not able to directly integrate with them. We do still make it possible for you to use Nimble on all your favorite social networks via our browser extension called Nimble Prospector, which I will preview later during today's session. It's possible to import your LinkedIn connections into Nimble by downloading them from your LinkedIn account and then using your Csv import to bring them into Nimble. Again, you can always make sure that your teammates are applying tags to all contact imports to keep things organized. And if you want to make sure that your LinkedIn contacts are always up to date in your Nimble account, you can either run this export and import periodically, or you can use a Nimble Prospector browser extension to bring them in as you add them to your LinkedIn account. Note that Nimble will always automatically merge all duplicates if they have the same email address. So we've already covered that you can import contacts from a CSV file. So you can either first make sure that all your column names, well, let's just show it right here. Let's see my demo. Okay, so you can either first make sure that all of your column names correspond with the names of the fields in Nimble, or you can manually map them upon import. If you're transitioning from a different CRM or importing contacts from LinkedIn, it's very likely that we already know what the original file looks like, and we will give you the option to select from our saved mappings to save you time on mapping the fields manually. So another way to bring contacts into Nimble is by using our PySync integration. So PySync is a company that specializes in a bidirectional data sync, and they offer a free 14-day trial for all of our users. During the trial, you can import as many contacts as you want into Nimble, and after the trial expires, if you sync less than 2,000 contacts per month per account, you can enjoy using this integration for free. If you need to sync more than that, there will be a charge associated with it. So you can go to the pricing page, and Nadia, if you could drop a link to that pricing page in the chat box, that would be very helpful. You can see what that would be about for your business needs. And this charge would be on top of your Nimble subscription. So now that your emails and calendars are connected and your contacts have been imported, the Today page will be populated with valuable business information. So this is the Today page. The Today page is completely customizable, and you and everybody else in your company can pick what widgets they want to see and where. The widgets can be moved around, so you can either click on the Manage Widgets button here, and then you can start dragging and dropping them, or you can use these 3 buttons right here on top of each widget. So let's talk about each of these widgets here. The Deals widget is where you can check the status of deals and your overall pipeline while taking progressive action directly from your dashboard. So you can click to access engagement history and current insights on key contacts. You can also update deal statuses, add notes to existing deals, or you can create new deals. The Stage Funnel widget will allow you to track your sales funnel. So you can monitor your active prospects, leads, and opportunities at each stage and see a quick overview of your stages to know where you need to focus to meet your goals. The pipeline chart right here shows all of your deals organized by date. So let's see. So the color coding on each bar would give you a visual of the amount for the deals you've managed by the stage they're in for that month. The task widget right here will help you follow through on all your to-dos, and you can use this bar to filter by open tasks, upcoming, overdue, completed, important, as well as your team members' tasks. The events widget will allow you to review your meetings for the day. You can select from the drop-down menu here to choose which calendar you want to see, the ones that you connected to Nimble, or you can select your personal calendar. In the Signals widget, you can see how your prospects and customers are interacting with you on Twitter. I personally don't really use Twitter that much, which is why I don't have any signals. The highlighted contact widget will give you the option to see the important contacts based on the parameters you've set, such as title, location, company, or interest. To personalize suggestions for the highlighted contacts, you can edit the search criteria within the contact keywords in your Nimble settings. So you would get there by going to Settings and the highlighted contacts. You can see that there's a list of the keywords. So Nimble will search these keywords in the social and contact bio for your contacts to surface relevant people for you to connect with. So that's pretty much the main focus of the Today page. So let's go to the contacts page. This will probably be one of the pages that you're going to be using the most in Nimble. Nimble has a lot of features, obviously, but it's a contact database at its heart. So you can easily select if you want to see all contacts, just people, just companies, recently added contacts, recently viewed contacts, people you set stay touch reminders for, as well as your removed contacts. The account admin can set how many days they will allow that deleted contacts to stay in this folder. So this is the general overview, so we can also drill down to the individual contact record. So this is our CEO, John Ferrara. You can see all the basic information about a person at the top of the contact record right here. So their name, their picture, title, and the company they work for, a short bio, and more. It's very easy to log notes, so you would just click the Add Notes button. And you can just save it. You can also add related contacts. Like that. You can add it. You can also log any past activities from the top of the screen, schedule future activities, including custom activities, which the account admin can create in the Settings tab. You can also send templated emails, which are also trackable, and you can create a deal from here. You can also review and edit and create new tags right here, as well as qualify leads using the fields like rating, status, source, type, and owner. So these fields can be customized in settings as well. You would just go to Settings, and you would go to Data Fields, and then you can customize these fields from here. But let's go back to the contact record. Okay. So on the right-hand side of the contact record under interactions, you will see the entire history of the interactions you've had with this person, including all notes, emails, Twitter messages, deals, and any activities. You can also use the individual tabs, as the main interactions tab might be a little bit overwhelming as your relationships with your customers grow. So under the activities tab here, you can also use the drop-down menu right here to select a specific type of activity. So tasks, calls, events, whatever you wanted to put in the custom activities tab as well. The messages tab will show you all the emails you and your team members have exchanged with your prospects and customers. Your Twitter interactions would also show up here. And again, I don't really use Twitter, so that's why I don't have any. Notes are searchable. So once you have several notes, you can easily find the one you're looking for by searching for keywords in this box here. And the Deals tab will give you an overview of all the deals associated with this contact record. Next to the Interactions tab, you will see the Data Fields tab, in which you can create up to 5 custom tabs, and under each of them, up to 200 individual custom fields. All these fields can then be segmented, and it's ideal to use this for any specific information you'd like to keep about your prospects and customers. And again, you can configure those under the Data Field section in your settings. So you and your team can also upload files to contact records from OneDrive, Google Drive, and Dropbox. And then when you go back to the main contacts page, you can use our segmentation feature, which is pretty nifty. You can launch the segmentation feature by using this button here or this button here. So the search engine in Nimble allows you to search across many data fields to help you organize your contacts into lists. Once you've organized your contacts into lists, you can take bulk actions such as sending group messages and setting follow-up tasks. So as an example, let's create a search using the criteria of last contacted by me in the last, 30 days. And you can also do and or, but we're going to do and email is not empty. So you can also refine the search by using the custom fields that you set up. Once you have your search, you can take several actions, such as marking the entire list as important. You can also set a stay in touch reminder, which you can set the intervals that works for you. You can apply a tag, and then you would just add just create it, and then you could add it. You can also merge duplicate contacts. There aren't any duplicate contacts on this. Oh, yeah, only 5 contacts can be merged at a time. You can export the list if you're the account admin or the account admin gave you the permission to do so. You can delete the contacts only if you're the account admin again, or if you have the admin's permission to do so. And you can also send a group message. Okay. So this is the group messages tab. Nimble allows you to send targeted email messages to 100, 200, or 300 contacts per day. This is a great way to send targeted sales outreach or marketing messages to lists of your contacts. The most common question about Nimble's group messaging we get is if it could replace using a marketing automation system. The simple answer is no. Our group messaging was designed to be used in conjunction with our segmentation feature and to allow you to send targeted email outreaches. The biggest advantage of using the group messaging in Nimble is that the messages are being sent over your own personal email address, so they will not appear as if they're coming from an email marketing system. So when composing emails in the group messaging window, you have the option to use merge tags. So if you pick the first name merge tag right here, Nimble will automatically grab the first names of everybody on your outreach list, which helps you personalize the message a little bit. You can also attach files and use our formatting options to further customize your email. And you can also set up your email signature. So you would go to settings and then under email settings, and you can either create a new signature or copy and paste your existing signature. So once you create your email, you also have the option to save it as a new template. And this would help you save time on retyping the same message again in the future, as well as to pick from any existing templates. So if you already had a template saved, you could just pick that one and it will automatically pop up, which is pretty nifty. Templates are shareable, so you can easily share them with anyone on your team. And before you send your outreach, you can also send yourself a test email by clicking that little hyperlink right there, and make sure that everything looks good, there's no typos in the message, and you can also add in, if you've added any links, you can make sure that those work before you send out your email. So after you've sent your messages, you can review the insights and clicks on them right here. In the report, you can see how people are interacting with your message. So you'll see how many people open your message, how many of them clicked on the links you included, and how many people have not opened your message yet. You can then use these insights to follow up with people that open more than once or twice and send them another, possibly templated message. So let's move on to the Activities tab. This is the new Activities listing feature, which provides you with a comprehensive table of scheduled and completed activities. The table columns can be configured right here, so you can quickly see which data is important to you. This data can also be exported by using this button here. You'll be able to select the team members for whom you'd like to create the report for right here. So I can choose to only see mine, or I can choose to see my colleagues, or I could see both. So you can also see which activities you want to see specifically by filtering with these quick filters. So the tasks, events, calls are completed. And you can also select specific time frames right here. And then, as we talked about, you can configure the table to only focus on specific fields. So let's go to the Deals tab. You can use the Deals feature to manage sales opportunities, marketing projects, regular projects, renewals, and more. Nimble allows you to create as many pipelines as you need. The account owner can delegate permissions to different users to be able to configure and create pipelines as well. So to create a new pipeline or edit an existing one, you would go to Customize Pipeline. To create a brand new pipeline, you would go to I already had one up. You would click the Add Pipeline button right here, and then you would name it. And then you can start creating the individual pipeline stages here. So the number of stages completely depends on your sales process, and you can easily drag and drop them if you need to change the order of them or rename them or whatever you need to do. So let's just do them right now. And then you could just move it around very easily. So when you go back to the main tab view, you can select to see the list of your deals in a pipeline or in a list. You can also choose which pipeline you want to see. You can also create a new deal by using this button on the top left-hand corner. So from here, you can name the deal, relate the deal to multiple contacts and companies, add the valued amount of the deal, schedule an expected close date, project the probability of closing, and choose the beginning stage for your deal. So to export your deals from Nimble, you would just use the Export to CSV button within the Deals tab. You'll then be able to choose which deals you would like to export. So all, active, won, or lost. You can also export lists based on deals owned by specific team members, which brings us to the Reports tab. See if we have any data. Oh, okay. So Nimble enabled you to build reports for specific pipelines for your team as a whole or by individual user during any time period you select. So you would choose from one of our preset time periods or use the calendars towards the top of the page to set your own. So right here. Let's go through the individual tabs. So the dashboard is where you can view yourself and your team members' deal progress at a glance. The forecasted deals right here will show you all future deal outlooks. You can sort by 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and specific time intervals. The deals history is where you can view all historic deal results, sorting by time intervals. So we covered all the main features in Nimble I wanted to talk about, and I would like to take a minute to cover the Nimble Prospector browser extension. And Nadia, if you don't mind sending a link to the page where they can download Prospector, that would be fantastic. So Nimble Prospector is a browser extension that is available on Firefox, Chrome, Edge, and soon again on Safari. It works on any website and any third-party cloud-based application and on any social media platform. So let's just go to LinkedIn. So my internet's kind of slow today. Let's pull up Nimble Prospector. So Nimble Prospector will allow you to create new records and update existing ones straight from LinkedIn. You can simply hover over any hyperlinked name anywhere on LinkedIn, or you can also highlight someone's name when you go into their profile. So, oops. You would just do that, and you can also pull it up back. Nimble also works on any company website, so let's click on Microsoft. So you can open it up on any site, and it will either bring up an existing contact record, or it will automatically create a new one for you. So you can see that it already pulled up all of this information on Microsoft very quickly, and you can do a lot with this information. Regarding the individual record, you can see that you pull up a smart summary and other social media accounts. You can also add the contact to your Nimble account from anywhere that you're working on the web. So you can also use the extension in the About Us section when prospecting to help you add people's information into your Nimble database from a company website. So I know we have a team page. Oops. Sorry, wrong one. There we go. So if you pull up Nimble, you would just highlight someone's name, and you can see that John's already in my Nimble account, so I can see all of our past contact history and again his smart summary and any deal information, any upcoming activities, past activities, and more from not even leaving the website that you're working on. Nimble also has an Outlook add-in, so let's see how that works. Pull up. Well, shoot. Okay, well, I guess it's not going to work because I need to clean my disk, but there's an Outlook add-in. So after you install the Outlook add-in, you'd be able to click on the Nimble icon in the top right-hand corner to bring it up. And if you open it up on an email from a person that you already have an existing contact record for in Nimble, you'd be able to update the record as well as to do the following, which would be to mark a contact as important, set up a stay in touch reminder, you create notes, tasks, fields, and more, and you could also see the interaction history. So the Nimble Outlook add-in is also available in the web version of Outlook. The UI is slightly different. So instead of being able to just click on the Nimble icon, you'll have to click on the 3 dots of an email, scroll down the menu, and then select the Nimble add-on. So it also works in Gmail. So let's pull up. If you're using Chrome and already installed the Nimble Prospector browser extension, the Gmail extension will automatically appear in your Gmail, so you'll be able to do everything that we covered already. So you can see that it's already pulling up this person's information and add her to LinkedIn. And you can see that it pulls up all the same information that it did on the websites. So that covers Nimble Prospector and the Nimble app itself. I'd like to turn the presentation over to my colleague Sergey so he can help answer any questions that came in while we were going through the app. So, hi Sergey.
Hello, everyone.
Make you presenter.
Okay, and we are ready for any questions you might have.
Okay, 1 second. So Gary asked, are you going to cover how to set up email templates?
Yeah, so email templates is very easy to set up. So you can go into your settings and there's email settings tab. So here you can create a template using this form, or if you're inside the message that you want to save, like let's say we want to send a message here, send email. So if you type something, you can always save it as a template, and it will copy over the text here. You just need to put subject. If you have some specific people you want to send it, you can add email addresses, just name it, and then you can always have it here and just like quickly embed it anywhere you want.
So the next question is, can you set up a drip campaign?
We don't have a drip campaign functionality yet, so we have plans to implement it in the later stages. But for now, it's one-off sent to a targeted group of people, up to 300 a day. And the email sent using our group messages functionality will come from your personal inbox, not from mail provider address. So for the recipient of the email, it will look exactly the same as if you type all of this emails by yourself.
Awesome. Alice is asking, what's the purpose of tags and how do you determine what tags to add to contacts?
So tag is a way for you to select some group of people and save it. So for example, if you want to have these 3 contacts as a separate list in your database, you can just use a tag functionality that we have, a test tag, for example, and then the test tag will appear here. And if you select it, you have this 3 people as a group. So this is a way for you to have a set of people and maintain that set of people. You can also select more than one tag. So like if you want to see that people that have 2 tags, you can always select multiple tags. If you have a dynamic list, but for example, you want to have people who are in specific list status, so we can always you can always use our segment search functionality. So for example, I have this saved segment that is lead, and look into it. So lead status is lead. So you can see there is only one contact that matching it now. So if we go to all contacts and make another contact a lead, so let's go and use our inline editing to add this contact another lead status and go back here. So we'll automatically match 2 contacts now. So because it matches the criteria that you put in your saved segment. So if you need a dynamic segment based on some set of criteria, then you use saved segment functionality to build that.
Reese is asking, are emails sent from Nimble copied back to sent items in your email platform, so Google or Office 365?
Yes, so anything you send from Nimble will appear in your sent inbox, and yeah, we use their APIs to send messages.
Okay, so it appears as though we don't have any more questions, so I will just give that a couple of minutes before we wrap up today's webinar. Okay, now we have one. John's asking, does Nimble integrate to any chat platforms?
No, we don't integrate with any chat platforms at the moment.
So I think, oh yeah, so Julia is asking, can you integrate to Mailchimp?
Yes, so to integrate with Mailchimp, the easiest way for you to do that is to go to Networks and Imports and just search here for Mailchimp and follow instructions in this pop-up that will appear. So this is provided by our partners from Python, and for Nimble users, they synchronize 2,000 contacts a month for free. So once you configure what you want to synchronize, it will bidirectionally synchronize your contacts between Nimble and Mailchimp. You can select some specific groups in Nimble or specific lists in Mailchimp, and it will just keep them up to date and synchronized. Other way to do it, you can always go to our contacts list, and you can export some group of contacts to Mailchimp using export Mailchimp. This will generate a CSV file for you, and you will be able to use Mailchimp import to import that file to Mailchimp. And the same way you can export contacts from Mailchimp and go and use our CSV wizard in order to import that generated CSV from Mailchimp.
Alice is asking, any plans to integrate with Constant Contact in the future?
So the same way as from Mailchimp, you can search for Constant Contact and do this integration as well. So we synchronize using our partners PySync with more than 200 applications, and this is the list of all the applications that are supported. And almost every week there are some new applications added to this list.
Okay, so I think that might be all of the questions so far. I also forgot to mention that we have a special offer for new users. So if you don't mind me just taking the platform for 1 second. If you sign up today, you can get 30 days of Nimble for free. And Nadia, if you could drop a link to that offer page, that would be great. If you're already in trial, you can just reach out to care@nimble.com and we will gladly extend the offer for you as well. So I knew that a bunch of you were thinking about signing up, so hopefully that helps. And it doesn't look like we have any more questions. So thank you, Sergey, for helping out. And
thank you very much.
Thank you for joining today, and hopefully we see you at next week's webinar. Have a good one.